Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sally and today I'm going to be showing you guys my haul for March 2021 and the first 2 weeks of April 2021. Before I start the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and tell me in the comments down below if any of the titles I'm going to show today seems interesting. Let's go. So I'm going to splice up this video with timestamps of all the different mangas I bought for March and April with the various genres I think that match them best. And we're going to start off with my VLLO pile since it's the biggest one. And here is volume 4 of VLLO Metamorphosis. I did a previous video on the first 3 volumes as a recommendation on reading this manga, and I'm actually quite excited to read the 4th volume to see how the characters develop more and what comes next in their friendship. The next manga that I have is one I've seen on TikTok, and it's 10 Dance. So this right now is a manga that delves around dancing and the different types of dances, professional dancing, and currently there are 5 volumes available on various platforms where you can buy mangas. And I actually got interested with this manga because of one of my mutuals on TikTok talked about it being a slow burn, and I actually want to see how that develops between the 2 characters. So far, from the couple chapters that I've read, it seems like it's gonna be quite a slow burn romance, but one with lots of twists and turns, and maybe a bit passionate given the whole type of manga it is surrounding dance and the different dances in a professional setting. So 10 Dance. This one that I have is called Grenadiers, and this one I would classify as BL, but it's mainly more of a psychological mystery read with elements of BL in it. But I saw this and I picked it up because of the cover. It looked really interesting, and also the synopsis seemed quite refreshing in terms of a psychological / BL manga. So I'm excited to see what this one, how it turns out to be. And the long-awaited final volume for I Hear This Sunspot is finally out. It's Limit 3. I was able to pre-order this through Right Stuff, and this was such a good manga, and I love how the conclusion came about and how the 2 characters ended up with their whole relationship and just different psychological aspects of being with a partner who has a disability and learning how to adapt, not just for your partner but also to adapt so that other people who have disabilities can feel not singled out, but just as regular people who just have something a little bit different about them, and that's okay. Not everyone is the same. And I Hear This Sunspot, the whole thing for this manga was just really great. I most likely will go in more depth in a future video and talk more about the characters and just the plot and just the whole entirety of the series, so stay tuned for that one. The next one I have is a very cute BL that I read in one day. It's called This Wonderful Season with You, and this one is just very adorable. I would highly suggest picking this up as a one-shot volume, and it's around basically the nerd and the jock and just how they start off as friends and slowly but surely fall in love with each other given their circumstances. It was a mutual connection, and I just really love the pacing in this one, and the art is really good as well. I haven't read anything by Atsuko Yusen, so for their first work, that I've been exposed to from Tokyopop, I think this was really good. The last one I have, which is also by Tokyopop, the publisher, is Katakoi Lamp. This one is another one-shot that's really cute. It's around two characters who meet at a cafe, and the whole misunderstandings of believing that they're in a whole love triangle, but that's not the case. And I really like the pacing for this one, and although there were parts of it that were a bit confusing, I would still give this a try. And just to read, if you just want something really light and fluff, pick this one up. So we're gonna go into the SHOUJO slice of life that I picked up. It's A Sign of Affection. This is another one where the character is deaf, and she meets this person at the train who helps her out during an encounter with a foreigner who's asking her for directions, but she doesn't speak English, so he comes in and helps her out. And from the first chapter that I read, available on Kondasha Comics, I decided to pick up the volume to see how their relationship moves on from their first meeting at the train station. The next pile of mangas that I have are what I would categorize as comedy and slice of life. So Awesome Idol, our main character here, who decides to debut as an idol with two other older gentlemen, and the first volume is quite refreshing, very comedic, so I'm excited to see what happens in volume 2 and how their performances will be moving forward. Next one that I would highly recommend if you just like slice of life and fluff, and it's Mama Akuma, and it's around this little girl who makes a pact with a demon, and she wants the demon to be her mother due to the unfortunate passing of her mom when she was younger. And it's just really cute how the demon tries his best to do all the motherly things that she wants to experience since she never had that chance with her mother. This one's really cute, very fun. I would highly recommend picking this up. I'm excited to see what happens in the next volume. And yeah, so the next manga I have here is one in full color, and it's Play It Cool Guys by Kokone Nata, and it's about these four guys and their day-to-day lives as very clumsy people. Each of them have a special characteristics that makes each character, that shows each character's clumsiness, and we get to see how they just go throughout life with said clumsy behavior and how they interact with each other once they meet. So this one's really good. It's really cute. I definitely would recommend picking this up. I mean, look at the colors. It's in color, which is usually not something you would see in a manga. So usually mangas are in just black and white. So this one's really nice. It's really cool having it in color. And what also struck me is that each character has their own color, so you see when the panel starts to shift into the next character, so which is really cool. Now these last two are for the animal lovers out there, and here is Wonder Cat Kyu-chan, story and art by Sasami Nitori. This one is super adorable. If you love animals and you love cats, well, this one is for you. And it follows the story, Kyu-chan and their owner in their day-to-day lives, and how their owner found Kyu-chan, and just the typical cute things you expect cats to do, and just their domestic lifestyle. And what I really like about this one, it says the setup for each chapter is similar to a comic strip, so it's really a quick read and something you can just read, say if you're looking for something cute and not too plot heavy. This one is a good one to read. The last one I have for this category is Penguin Gentleman by Kishi Uno. And this one is quite hilarious, seeing how the mangaka does anthropomorphic penguins into dandy butler gentlemen. It's just a really cute thing, a really cute read, and I really hope to see more work from this author and see where they go from here. This one is really cute. I really love how the mangaka made each penguin a distinct character by showing their penguin-like characteristics and how the gentlemen look. So it's really cool how the author did that, and I also love the fact that the penguins act as gentlemen but still retain their penguin aesthetic. So the last mangas that I have for this haul is what I would characterize as supernatural, psychological, and / mature. And this one I haven't seen a lot of people talk about on TikTok nor on Twitter, and it's called Smoking Parade, and it's by the same author as I believe Dead Man Wonderland. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'll probably put a little note here saying if it's true or not. But and it follows, I believe, Yuko, is wheelchair user younger sister, and their day-to-day lives until his younger sister has an operation from this new pharmaceutical company that's developing new limbs that allows the user to automatically use that limb. And in this case, his sister can now walk again, but everything goes downhill when it turns out that these limbs are actually sort of like, I would say, viruses that take over the host and makes the host kill people. So unfortunately, he learns this the hard way when he goes back home for his 15th birthday, and his sister decides to harm everyone, including himself, resulting with Yuko losing a fair amount of limbs. And so far, from the volumes that I have available, this is really cool. I would love to see how this could be adapted as an anime. It has action, it has a good plot. The characters are well developed. I really love all the characters so far that's been introduced throughout the volume for the first volume, and the twists and turns in volume 2 had me shook. So I would really love to see Smoking Parade as an anime, so hopefully a future studio picks it up and we get to see that. Hopefully get to see that soon. Manga that I picked up was Can't Stop Cursing You, and I picked this up mainly because of the cover, to be completely honest, but the synopsis is really quite different. Even though it's in a high school setting, the main character is actually a curse breaker, and he investigates people who make pacts with demons who their main goal is to have the person who made the pact assassinate a certain amount of people, or else they will get their turn next. So the first volume was really good. I really liked the world building for the first chapter, and just being able to learn how the curses work, and just the art itself is really good. So I would pick it up if you are into more of the psychological demon kind of settings for mangas, and if anything, just pick it up for the art. And the last manga that I have for this haul is Hell's Paradise Volume 7. I have been up to date with this physically since it was first published last year, and from the first volume up to the sixth volume that I've read, the plot, the action, the characters, the world building, the art style, everything about this particular series, Hell's Paradise, is just really amazing, and I'm so excited for the anime. I've believe it was announced that it's going to be turning into an anime soon, so I'm excited to see how the studio produces all the action scenes and just how they make all the characters and all of that. But Hell's Paradise, if you haven't read this yet, I'll just give you like a quick little rundown. But basically it follows this ninja Maru and his descent into Hell's Paradise, which is this location that apparently has the elixir for immortal life. And he's on this mission to do this to save his supposed wife. It's quite debatable whether or not his wife, spoiler alert, just spoiling right now, it's quite debatable if his wife is actually real or if it was a part of his training from his previous village where the leader implanted this fictional figure into his brain to control him as a puppet. So I'm quite honestly still in the is she real, is she not real aspect, but this whole series just from the start is super good. So I would suggest picking this up if you just like historical things and just action and more of a Cieljin sort of genre, and also just the art style is so cool and I love every single part of it. And I can't wait until the anime comes out. Hopefully it'll be soon. I'm not too sure when it will be released, but fingers crossed that we hopefully get to see it either next year or the year after. So that's all the mangas that I purchased for March and the first half of April. So I bought about 21 mangas that I've shown you today. I have others that I bought, but due to the rating, I don't want my video to get taken down. So instead, you can follow me on TikTok if you want to see what those mangas that I couldn't show today due to the rating are. And thank you again for watching till the end, and comment down below if any of the mangas that I've shown you guys today seem interesting or if you're reading it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!